Today we are speed painting one of the most noble chapters out there, the Blood Angels. And we're getting straight to the point. We're going to start by priming our Space Marine in black. After priming our Space Marine, it's time to start the base coat. And for this we are going to be using Burnt Red by AK Interactive. This is a wonderful dark red tone, which will be thinning with about a third of the water to paint ratio. A great way to see if your paint is thinned enough is that you can just about see a bit of the black behind the paint. That means we can add a second coat later on, making sure that our paints are nice and smooth. And the great thing about this part is that there's no technicality to it. We can just slop this paint on literally everywhere on this model. Now, as I'm painting up a Blood Angel Sergeant, I did remove his head for some easy access later as we'll be painting that gold, as well as keeping his shoulder pads black, which is the heraldry for a Blood Angel Sergeant, but for your normal Space Marines, make sure to paint everything red. And once your second coat has been applied and is fully dried, it's time to grab some mini makeup sponges. And for this we'll be using our second red paint, Matte Red by AK Interactive. The first step to using these sponges is by dabbing it into some water, shaking it off, then we're going to dip it into some straight paint and then dab it onto the side of whatever palette we're using. This is going to get rid of any excess paint, and we can see the paint decrease on whatever we're tapping it onto. Then with our little sponge, it's time to point it downwards and start tapping it onto all of the edges of the model. Imagine spraying it downwards, but with a little sponge. And since this is our mid-tone, we pretty much can't go wrong. The thing we want to really focus with this is adding highlights to all of the top of armor panels, kind of like the sun is shining on it, creating these colourful highlights on the armor. Arguably the two most important areas to focus on are the legs and the backpack, and the shoulders if you're painting them red. The reason why is these are some of the flattest textures, maybe apart from the backpack, but we want to focus on creating this gradient, which will look really good, especially if this is your first time using this technique. I mean, you can already see how effective this technique is for literally pretty much zero effort. So let's move on to our final highlight. For this we're using Blood Red by AK Interactive, which is a wonderfully beautiful bright red. We're going to be using the same techniques as before, but this time we're going to be a little bit more careful about where we add these highlights. Since this is such a bright colour, we really kind of only want to add it onto the previous highlights, making that nice gradient. So for this I only focused on the edges of armor panels and never put my sponge facing upwards and only faced it downwards, adding to that sunshine effect. Basically imagine the sun is right above you and you are the sun, the sponge, upon your model. And with the red out of the way, it's time to move to all of the black parts of the model. For this I'm using Black Legion, a wonderfully great contrast paint, which is literally my go-to black paint. So this is going to be the hardest part of this whole paint scheme, trying not to get any of this black paint onto the red we just worked so hard to get. But don't worry, if you do, there are some ways we can recover this later on. The parts we're going to be painting black are basically any of the under armor, any parts that don't really look like they should be painted red, and since this is a Sergeant model, we're going to be painting his shoulder pads black. But like I said, if this is a normal Blood Angel, skip this part. And the final thing we'll be painting black is his chest Aquilla, to fit in with the heraldry of the Blood Angels. Now to start highlighting all of the black areas, we're going to be using Petroleum Grey, but any dark grey you have will work just fine. Now some people find Aquilla highlighting to be quite hard, but here's a quick graphic of how we can do it. So here's our lovely Space Marine. Basically we're going to be adding two highlights, a mid-grey and a bright grey, onto all of the feathers in a small line. Here's me showing you in Photoshop quickly. Basically we're going to add a thick mid-grey across all of the black areas of the Aquilla. Then to make that look even more brighter, we're going to add a tiny thin strip of light grey on all of the feathers. I think they're feathers? Let me know in the comments what they actually are. The lighter grey I'm using is graphite, but what I would probably recommend is just adding some white to your previous grey and it will work just fine. This is easily the hardest part to highlight, but honestly, have no worries if it doesn't look amazing. We can add a wash later on to bring some of the shadows back to it. But using that Petroleum Grey, I also came back with the sponge and did it on his weapon and shoulder pads. There is a risk doing this, obviously we don't want to get it onto the red, but I think the risk is worth it. Then grabbing whatever your favourite silver is, I've been using some Gunmetal by AK Interactive recently, but Lead Belcher works just as good. For this is the simplest part of the paint scheme, painting all of the silver, which we can now move onto all of the golden parts of the miniature, and I love to base coat this in Decayed Metal by Scale 75. This is a wonderful bronze tone and is a great base for our golden highlights. Now, if this was a normal Space Marine, not a Sergeant, we'd be painting this Aquilla black on top of the red shoulder pad, instead of gold. And to make this bronze gold, we're going to be using Elven Gold by Scale 75, one of the best golds out there. But for these, there aren't really too much things different. You can use any gold you like, really. I chose the risky option and added this on a sponge, which is pretty risky and I probably wouldn't recommend doing unless there are some obvious parts like this, but I do switch to a brush straight after. And for this, I pretty much just add some big highlights on the flat panels on any golden area, like his forehead and the top of his head. Using the same technique for the Aquilla again, but this time only using one paint, I try my best to highlight all of the individual feathers on the Aquilla, but hey ho, we all make mistakes. For any specific Blood Angel feathery parts like this, part on his chest, I can't remember what they're called, we're going to paint this in Deck Tan, which is an extremely light warm grey, which we're also going to paint all of the Blood Angel's teardrops on the armour. Now this is optional, but for the teardrops I like to paint them in Magma Droth Flame, which is a really bright orange. And while we're here, I decided to paint his eyes white. I used a white ink for this, but any white paint will honestly do. But to get those big, bold green eyes, we're using Striking Scorpion, one of my favourite green contrast paints. Now it's time to paint all of those purity seals. For this we're using any beige colour. Xandria Dust is a great one. Today I'm using beige to try it out. It's a new paint I got. Then to highlight, I'm using the Deck Tan we used earlier, mixed together with beige 1:1. Ushanti Bone is another great choice. The way I like to highlight with this is basically just adding lines, kind of like I'm drawing on it like a parchment of paper, writing some scroll notes, but it's thick paint. Then also using straight Deck Tan, I decided to paint all of those ropes across his forearm and shoulder pauldron. And for all the areas I messed up and spilled paint on, I grabbed the matte red paint we used earlier and then just thinned it down a little and with the brush just painted it straight over it. And as I was cleaning up the paint scheme, I forgot to paint these little backpack things silver, as well as all the vents on the backpack. This is optional, but I like to do it. So this next part is obviously optional, but if you like to stick to the rules, like I do, I decided to paint this as a Spaceman Sergeant or Veteran, which means we're going to have to add the yellow teardrop. You will see a lot of people saying you need certain potions and schemes, but for this I just use water, as this is a pretty easy transfer to add on. But please let me know if you do have any questions about this paint scheme or anything Warhammer related, put them down in the comments and I'll make sure to reply to every single one of them. And to stay lore accurate, we're going to be choosing our squad number. For this I chose squad number 7 as it looked like a fun paint scheme to do, and I have the chances for it, so it's even better. A great cheat code to painting the purity seals is grabbing one of these Micron pens. Honestly, ever since getting them, it has been life-changing. I am terrible when it comes to handwriting and any kind of writing or freehanding on miniatures, but with this I can at least fake some of it. And this is our miniature pretty much done, but there's one step I really like to add, and it's not as daunting as it looks, but we're going to be adding a dark brown enamel wash. So I grabbed a disposable brush, dipped it straight into the dark brown enamel wash, and I'm just going to put this all over the miniature. Did I varnish this before? No. That's a big question I get asked a lot. I don't really like to varnish because I'm lazy and it takes a lot of time, and I've never really had any of the repercussions that come from not varnishing it. But as soon as I covered this, I'm not waiting for it to dry at all. I'm grabbing some mineral spirits. For this I'm using Sansodor odorless spirits. With a pipette I've then dipped. After filling my little tray with a pipette, I then clean my brush in it and make sure it's soaked, before heading back to the model, which we can now remove all of the wash we just put in there. What this is going to do is basically dissolve all of the oil wash on top, and hopefully keep it all in the recesses, adding a lot of detail to this miniature. The reason why I'm using a brush is because it's soft. And obviously since it's not varnished, we want to be delicate with the miniature. This usually takes me about 5 to 10 minutes, just going back, cleaning the brush, adding more, putting it back on. Obviously we don't want to get rid of all of it. Basically stop when you think it looks okay. It's going to look really shiny, but it's going to look perfectly matte once it's dried. I'd also heavily recommend wearing gloves. I forgot to in this time, but you don't want the mineral spirits soaking into your skin. That can be pretty bad. Also wear a mask. It's always good to be safe. And a day and a half later, once he's dried, here he is. I'm really happy with this, but let me know what you think. Also, what would you like to see me paint next? I've been Reese, make sure to like and subscribe, and you should really check out that video that's playing right there.